As Raw just mentioned, Philadelphia became one of the first cities to enact an ordinance that protects employees from retaliation based on COVID-19 related whistleblowing. And that's something that I've personally been dealing with a lot of potential clients who call in because something has happened. Either they're being threatened with termination or other adverse actions, or they're asked to resign, or they're being losing responsibilities and duties, and et cetera. So this new law bars employers in Philadelphia from taking adverse action against employees who believe there is a violation of the COVID-19 public health order at work. Could you please explain what the workings of that law is, how it came about, and what that means for Philadelphia residents?
Yeah, I mean, we believe it's a very important law, and it was advocated by Councilmember Gim, who had went around seeing if there was support for such a bill. I was a co-sponsor on that bill. It was very important for me to let the workers know that we're there to help protect them. And if there are violations, or whether CDC regulations or requirements are not followed, and they bring that to the attention, to me, that's a safety regulation. And if you're having protections in work and feeling that those protections are not being met, there's no reason why you should feel fearful of either bringing them to light to either protect yourself and other workers, or that maybe a retaliation could happen where they would then either lay you off or fire you because of bringing these safety precautions to your employer. It's the way it was brought about is Councilwoman Gim had brought it to the attention of some of the members, and it actually was spoken about very early on when COVID was first being discussed about what happens to workers if they feel like their place of work is not providing the proper PPE, or maybe social distancing, or even not putting specific requirements in place so that the workers who are coming from home can feel safe. So when they go home, they also can make sure their families are safe. And, we had a pretty big bunch of support from council members to say, yes, we need to do something. We need to do it soon. And so I want to give credit to council as a whole, because we saw that we know that something new that we never even worked on or thought about could actually jeopardize people in the working place, a chance of losing their jobs, or worse, even being punished, not even losing their jobs and making it so difficult that they may not feel like they're not comfortable there or want to be there anymore. And sometimes that's worse than getting fired. And so we thought if we put those protections, then folks like you guys could then help us protect our working people and our working families in the city of Philadelphia, because they feel like they don't have an opportunity. Nobody there, they stand on an island by themselves, and just because they want to protect themselves or stand up for themselves, they end up without a job. So it was very important for us as council and as members of the leadership committee with President Clark and Parker and Jones, when we first were discussing what protections we can put in place, and Councilman Gim brought this to us. Everybody was in full support and knew we had to push it and move on it rather quickly to make sure we had those protections in place.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And it's a very important bill. Also, we think that by doing this, and sort of like we did when I introduced the $15 an hour bill for city people who work in the city or are contracted by the city, we think you lead by example. So if you lead by example and you do something here in the city, we hope that then other people will follow, the state will follow, the feds will follow, knowing that this is something that is more common sense, that, hey guys, we have this protection. Look what Philly did, and why not? Why can't the state do it, and why can't the federal government do it? So we have these protections across the board, not only in Philadelphia.
Yeah. So this